Do whatever. I don't care. I'm giving Dan the page. He's
what are these, like
this.
the German pants?
Yeah, I'll start us.
I don't know what pants those are.
Let me know when we're good, Paul.
And we'll share this puppy up.
My computer's like... This computer's really...
I need to capture the BacciPaintballs on the Facebook and also on the YouTubes.
On the Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay, stream health says live.
Wait, on Facebook I need a...
Yeah, you need to... You know what to do, right?
Yeah, but there's no fucking video that's showing up.
Is it raining?
I don't know. It could be.
It could be.
It was sprinkling a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Show you sprinkling.
So, we're live on YouTube. We're waiting to go live on Facebook.
On the Facebook?
Hello, YouTube.
We are live on Facebook, but
Okay.
it's black picture.
Black picture?
Oh, we are live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook. Oh
I
yeah, here
work.
we go. We got a
I
picture
work.
here.
I work.
Facebook.
Okay.
PBD.
Hey, everybody.
You work?
I work.
I work. I screw.
How's your picture here? Can you see yourself? You can, right?
I work.
You sound
Okay.
insane.
We are live on Facebook and on YouTube now. Welcome to PBDnA. It's 12/20.
Hello.
Almost into the year. We got Paul, we got Jorge, we got Benji, and we have myself. And we don't have Andre, R.I.P.
Rip Andre.
Andre is not with us, unfortunately. Keep trying to mess up like that.
He work.
He worked right
He
now.
work.
He worked
He
right
work.
now. Paul's going full method for a bit that he's going to be auditioning for. It's a BacciPaintball video, I think. It's really going to be he's really going to hit it off with it.
Yeah.
It's going to go mainstream. He's going to blow up. He's not going to be able to stream with us anymore. It's going to be unfortunate, but he'll be missed. R.I.P. Paul when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I work.
You work. So, on today's stream, some of the things we're going to cover are games that we played last weekend, games that we have coming up, a couple games that are a little bit further in the future. How's our audio sounding? It work?
It work.
It work.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know how video audio is, as always.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, or give us that wow.
Yeah, give us a wow if it's working good.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright.
Wow.
Share this up.
We're going to talk about a couple new items. We don't have that many new things, but there's one thing that Jorge found especially exciting,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a new vape either. So
No. Although I guess I could talk about that.
Paul, check that our Facebook is still running.
and our Facebook is still running right here. Let us know
Still
if you
running.
guys see some problems.
It work.
Hey guys, I'm looking for a RT
Yeah,
Auto
share
Mag.
normal.
Benjamin Hernandez. What's up? It work?
Yeah.
It work.
It work? Great. How do I take my quality down here to the lowest setting so I'm not sucking up that bandwidth? Make sure you're on 5G, Paul.
5G.
5G.
So while people join us and we figure out our video and our audio, if you guys have any questions or anything
Concerns.
cool happened in paintball lately, send us some comments so
Tell-
we can cover
We've
that.
got Paul on the ones and twos checking those comments.
He's really working on it.
Yeah.
I work.
Tell us what we're missing. So some of the other things we're going to be talking about are we're going to be briefly mentioning how Dynasty added a new player to their roster. We're going to be talking about a load of old school paintball equipment that the Westworld Park and Store in Arizona found or came across. We're going to be talking about our personal best finds of the year, as well as our as well as other finds that we have seen other things that we have seen people find that we really thought were amazing, amazing finds, or as people have said, barn finds, which I always kind of, I don't know, I think that's kind of not the best thing because unless your paintball stuff's actually in a barn, it's more like a crate find or a suitcase find. We're going to be talking about Jorge's test. He just took a really exciting test that he passed with flying colors. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, I think so.
We're gonna just be going over a little bit of Sandana stuff. These guys are really excited about Sandana. And there's a couple neat Sandana things that Jorge found, that Benji found. And we were going to talk about Andre's hot rod build, but RIP that.
Yeah.
Andre is not with us.
Andre is not
He's
with
no
us.
longer with us.
No longer.
dead.
Well, he is with us in heart. We're going to do an
In
unboxing. Are we going to use the gloves for the unboxing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to find some, make sure that we have an extra pair here.
Yeah.
Boxing gloves.
We're going to talk about a little bit of history, an upcoming, hopefully, interview video, and we might mention some fields that we saw pictures of, but that's into the list. And then
We will definitely, because it's a pretty cool looking field.
And we also have the usual mix of random paint guns out here that we can talk about.
Exactly.
So we will probably be streaming. It is about 8:07 right now. We'll probably be going for about 40 minutes. We need to end by 9, so or we get murdered. So yeah, we'll see how long we go.
Exactly. We might even get murdered and then surrendered right after.
Drop our guns, murdered, drop our guns, and then surrendered.
You can see that happening on my YouTube if you want to check that out.
It's like a
Surrender, man.
a pure fit of rage taken out on the other team.
Yeah,
It's on the paintball field though.
Let's just cover that out the bat. We were at SC Village this past weekend. Had a great time until one of the last games where Dan and I were playing on the, the Castle Field, or I think they call it the Trenches
I
Field.
think you prefaced it wrong. We weren't playing on. The other
We
team
were
was.
playing on the field, and we got shot. It happens every now and then.
Happens to me every single game.
And as we're walking out, I took 6 shots in the back, and I turned around and I was like, "What the heck are you doing?" And I made eye contact with the guy, and then turned around to walk off, and he put another 4 into my back, and I got pretty heated. And so the next game I went and got 16 kills and took my rage out on the field.
Benji got lit up on the back, and he got pretty upset, and then I
mildly
had to jump in front of him and push him away, and then I got shot 6 times in the back too. So that made him even more upset.
You don't shoot Dan. You can shoot me, man. Shoot me. But they took out my boy Dan Bacci.
Did you really get shot in the butt?
Yeah,
He got
I got
blasted.
shot a bunch of times too.
So I had to take some heads. You can check out the game on my YouTube. It's Surrender Man. It's the most recent video that I put on. There is some mild language, so don't go play it in the office.
Get out, you fucking cheater! It was the best.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like this surrender.
I never like
That's-
getting heated like that.
Oh,
but
yes.
It happens occasionally, unfortunately.
So let's just continue on that. I'm going to hand this to you.
Cool.
So yeah, we had a pretty full weekend of paintball. Saturday we went out and we played with SoCal Stock. We played at Ambush in Moore Park.
Yeah, that was
We
for
had-
the toy drive.
We had most of the crew there. R.I.P. Paul that day. Paul had some
Finals.
school, some
Yeah.
finals for school.
Got an
He
A in
worked.
that class.
A plus or just an A?
Just an A.
Oh man, it wasn't math then.
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn it.
Ooh.
Or I guess that should be a joke at Connor, right? Yeah. But yeah, we had a great time. We had how many people out there?
I think there were about 50 people.
50 people. It's
We
pretty good.
were a mix of pump, mechanical, electro, stock class. There was a little bit of everything on the field, so
Yeah.
it was pretty nice to play.
What was the actual game that we were playing?
Paintball.
Yeah, but I mean, what was like the SoCal Stock theme of the day?
Well, it was the toy drive.
It was the toy drive.
Yeah.
Sunny and Ambush. So SoCal Stock and Ambush's annual
So
toy
it's for
drive.
fun. I mean, it wasn't just SoCal Stock out there. It was some other groups too.
It
Right?
was mostly SoCal Stock, but a lot of people did come and join to help donate and
Mhm.
set the kids up for Christmas, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were the fires that just kind of ripped through that whole area, I guess. That area to Ventura County, I guess, right? Through Ventura County.
Yeah,
I guess we should say.
That fire was pretty ominous in the background. I haven't played with fire nearby for about 10 years when we played a tournament at Warped off the 5 freeway, and there was a fire right on the other side of the freeway, which is pretty crazy. But this one, the fire wasn't close, but since there was some decent wind, the smoke just carried all the way behind the field. So if you look behind the field, it was as if it was like very foggy, but it was just pure smoke.
Oh yeah, Anthony says BKB sends some love, so that's Bang Kang.
Bang, crang,
Bang,
bang.
Krang, Bang. Did we say that right, Anthony? Well, I always mess it up. But yeah, some of them were out there. Yeah.
And initially when we went to go play on Sunday at SC, we looked at the forecast and the wind was supposed to be like 25 miles an hour, so I was kind of worried that it would just lead to games being kind of crummy, but the wind died down as soon as we got there, and it didn't really affect my playing at all, I don't think. What about you?
25 knots.
It affected my playing. That's why I got shot out every time. It's all the wind, man.
Yeah, blame it on the wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the wind.
Did you spit your warhead out?
No, I was checking if it was raining. It's
Couldn't handle the sourness. So these guys have some extreme warheading going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
And what flavor is that one, Paul? Blueberry?
Blue raspberry.
What about yours, Connor?
Watermelon. Watermelon.
Benji?
You got the watermelon?
I got sour apple.
Damn it.
Sour apple.
Yeah.
I cannot warhead because I had
I'm
too
a
many.
little bitch.
Because I'm your little bitch. Exactly. So a couple other things from Sunday, or actually from Saturday too. We had some gear from Giant Tactical that we're trying out, and Paul's, you doing okay?
It's too sour, dude.
He's just working through it. So I was trying the pants and I was trying the elbow pads. Well, no, I didn't use the elbow pads Saturday. I used the elbow pads Sunday. And actually, I've never played with elbow pads before. It's kind of nice having elbow pads, especially
when you dive and lay out, not to bang up your elbows.
But especially playing walk-on, because I was just getting shot so much all day that just having any extra bit of padding was kind of nice.
Yeah. We both tried the pants, the Giant Tactical pants, and they don't really have as much padding on the knees as other pants that I've tried, like the HKs, but they have a ton of padding on the shins. And because we normally wear knee pads for the knees, I guess I didn't really need the extra padding on the knees. But when I was diving, I actually felt really protected on the shins, because in the past I would dive and hit rocks and hit trees and just my shins would get totally bruised up by the end of the day. Didn't happen with these, which was pretty cool.
Did anyone dive on top of you?
Not that I recall.
What about you, Jorge? Did anybody dive on top of you? Did you dive on top of Benji at all?
No, but Andre tried to. So,
what were some of your favorite plays of the day for Saturday, Jorge?
I don't know. There were a lot of really good plays.
Yeah.
One of the earlier games, I got up pretty far off the bat with my. I was playing with Semi at the beginning of the day with the automac, and I got into one of the cargo containers and had like 3 or 4 guys from the other team standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I got like maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I got just gone. But,
Yeah.
you know, it was fun.
Nice.
A lot of accurate people out there.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing with SoCal stock, you're gonna get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say
but
that,
not overly destroyed.
right, and I think the field played significantly differently with a lot of electros on the field.
Mm-hmm.
There was obviously a lot more paint being thrown, and you kind of had to not make those crazy runs that you would do with SoCal stock because you might have a fat lane on you. So the games were initially a bit slower, and then they just got really dynamic towards the end. So it was a nice change of pace.
Paul, what were a couple of your favorite plays from Sunday?
My favorite plays?
Yeah, well, not necessarily you, but favorite things that you observed on the field.
I think my favorite observation on Sunday at SC Village was when Benji shot a kid in the face and then surrendered him and then told him to put his hands up, and he dropped his gun and put his hands up.
What was he
walked
shooting?
up. I think he was shooting a Titman.
One of those rental Timmons?
It
could have been a
rental.
It was a
It
rental.
was totally instinct. He was that close.
There's a kid wearing
And
jeans
I
and a
didn't
sweatshirt.
even mean to shoot him in the face, but I shot him in the face and then just instinctively yelled surrender, and his hands went up and his gun hit the floor.
His gun dropped.
And he ran
Oh my
away.
god.
Possibly my favorite play of 2017.
Yeah.
You might see it on the ESPYs.
Oh man. My favorite play was the last game of the day at SC Village. They do like a overall kind of, I guess it wasn't the scenario game, But it was just kind of like the bloodbath game at the end of the day that they do, where all the groups kind of go together. But it was not a very large crowd.
It was maybe 20 on 20?
Yeah.
Buck just shot me that game.
I shot you, but you respawned because it was respawn. Playing by the rules. That's why they call you Play by the Rules, Paul.
No way.
PBYP.
He works. So,
I cheated so much.
During that game, I was on the opposite team of Benji and Paul, and we were playing on, what's that field called? Bosnia, with all the helicopters and like sheds and mounds, airplanes. And I was at the mounds on, I guess that would be...
The 50.
The 50. And I don't know how to describe which. I guess I was on the far side of the field. So I went over to the mounds, and all these kids started coming up to me, and I was like telling them,
"Hey Jeff, it's good. Jeff Quitman, it's gonna happen. Just wait."
So I was telling them different areas to cover, and this one, I think it was a little girl. She had like a bun, and she was pretty tiny.
That was a big girl. She had skills. She might have had skills,
but she was a pretty small girl. So she goes over, and I give her this little area to cover, and it's the far edge of the 50, close to the hill. So she's covering that, just kind of laying there, and I thought, if somebody runs over her, she's going to shoot him in the crotch. But towards the end of the game, Benji is like her gun starts running out of air and it starts going and uncocking. And I guess Paul yells to Benji, "She's out of air!"
Well, I freaking saw her. I saw her head sticking over the mound, and I'm like about to blast her in the head, and Paul goes, "She's out, man! She's out of air!" And I was just like, okay, and just like I guess started looking elsewhere, and then
she just lights Benji up, and she has one of those Titmans. And
it's like going everywhere, but like all of a sudden, all this paint is coming at me.
I'm sure a whole bunch of it hit him, but she probably didn't have any velocity. And all this paint hits him, and he's like doing a dance, and I was like watching, I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And then, I don't know what happens, Benji like runs a different direction, and Paul comes up, like a couple seconds later, Paul comes up over the girl, just kind of walks over the mound, and just execution style pops one right into her. And then, and I was like, and I got it out just a second before that too. I was like, oh man. And that was just like so great. But she was like totally stoked on that. She totally lit Benji up. I could tell that just made her day. And I was just like, good job.
I know it made your day.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
To be honest, I had no clue she was a girl.
I just saw the bun.
I just saw a head, and I heard the gun sputtering.
There's a lot of man buns going around, but it shouldn't be. If you're a man with long hair, don't bun that.
Did you surrender her after you shot her, Paul?
No, because the ref was like...
You didn't do it right.
No, the ref was like, be nicer, be nicer. So I just shot her like once in the shoulder.
That was Joey, right? Up on the hill?
Be nicer shooting them in the face, because they got goggles on.
Yeah.
I mean, but my aim sucks. So.
Paul just goes over this girl and he's just like, goodbye. And then he just like, he blows his vape. He blows the vape out of his barrel like... Yeah, exactly like that. And then he just walks through with his gun still pointed up like, who's next? So yeah,
just vicious.
That made it worth it right there. We had some pretty exciting games on other fields too. What's the one with like the embassy on the top of the hill? We had like a total run through our whole team just stormed that field at the beginning of the day.
Is it in Iraq?
Yeah, I think it's Iraq.
I don't know what it was, but it was when we were crossed up.
Yeah, it's the first field through the red archway at SC Village. And it's the town field with the little town on the top, the mountain. And we were playing a pretty decent team, but we started from the bottom. And just by crossing it up and advancing up the hill, we ended up blowing through and just running through everyone's back. It was
we just had like
that was a fun game.
Like our whole side was just like moving as one cohesive unit, just kind of terrorizing the other team. And I was like, man, I hope the rest of the games are like this today. But they weren't. I just got shot up the whole rest of the day. I think maybe most people weren't playing that game.
Who knows? All right, well, let's move on.
What other games do we have?
We got a few more games coming up. If you guys are in NorCal this weekend, Dan is having a game Saturday the 23rd. So that's this Saturday. It's a free game, free to play. Just show up, but you need to have you need to sign a waiver. But you need to have a horizontal stock class marker. So something like this, or a Phantom, or if you have a modified Cocker, that's horizontal stock class,
this would not work.
No, you can bust this if you change
a Sheridan KP2, anything like that, you're good to go. If you need 12 grams or paint, Dan will have some, but if you have them, bring them. I won't be there, unfortunately, but...
Even though you just got a case of like 1,012 grams.
Yeah, I do have...
It says, I got my bright orange Caltrans shirt ready for SoCal stock.
Excellent.
He wants to use SoCal stock rules at Bocce Mountain, but he's going to be a little disappointed because it's not Caltrans, it's PG&E, and it's not SoCal stock rules, it's stock class rules, Ted. So
right, and
you can go back to playing Pokemon Go or whatever that game is.
So a couple more games. We got the end of the year SoCal stock game. That's going to be at Jungle Island, December 30th. That's modified stock, so any stock class feed, even vertical or angled, is okay, and you can use tanks if you want to, so no 12 grams necessary.
What'd you say, Jorge? Something about Ted?
Yeah, he's got to play it safe.
Play it safe.
If you're going to play at Bocce Mountain, you got to play it safe, Ted.
Play it safe. Hey, Ted, I want you to watch all the Aunt Linda videos right now.
Yeah, there's going to be a quiz. There might be a quiz on this Aunt Linda safety videos if you play Bocce Mountain.
So what other games we got, Benji?
We got 2 more cool events that are going to be happening. These aren't just rec ball events, but they are mech classic events. You got the West Coast Classic. I think that's called the Bay Cities Classic. And that is going to be in NorCal at, what is it? West Coast Adventure Park, right?
Oh, is that the wind, Paul?
Yeah. That's going to be in April.
You see the window moving?
Tornado?
Sooner on, you got the SoCal Open, which is a 10-on-10 mech event. I think it's mech. It's either mech or 5.5 capped electro. That's going to be at SC Village.
And they were saying that that's not going to be played in the woods, right? Weren't they saying that?
Yeah, I think they're going to be setting up mounds or, what do you think, hyperball? Or?
No, it seemed like they were going to play it on one of the, as people have been saying
Airball?
recently, scenario fields.
Oh, yeah, so you're right. They were talking about potentially having that on the Bosnia field with the airplanes and the helicopters, or the, I want to say it's called, it's not Iraq, but it's, I don't know, some Afghani sounding name, but it's like the broken down field with buses and cars and all that. So
what's the capital of Pakistan? Kandahar? Is that the capital of Pakistan?
I don't think.
Damn, something Jorge doesn't know.
Well, I mean,
oh my gosh.
He's not, it doesn't come to mind, but he knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you should go camo up.
I think
I'm
you
talking
guys
about
should
this
learn how to
mag frame.
Google something, alright?
Oh my gosh.
Paul, you want to help that out?
Wait, what are we doing?
Okay, so something that's pretty cool that's coming out now, and Jorge can talk about this a little, is the NUMEC mag frame.
Yeah.
So what's cool about the NUMEC mag frame?
Well, this recently came out. It's a grip frame for the mag that has the gas going through the grip. Then it comes out at a quick valve up at the top, so it's real close to the mag valve. It's a pretty cool design for a grip. I'm thinking about getting one for my mag, actually, because that's the first thing that I want to upgrade on the Jorge Hot Rod Auto Mag.
Right, so for anybody who does shoot automags, I think this is one of the coolest automag upgrades that's come out recently. Because for anyone who's used a mag, you've got the trigger frame, you got the ASA and the macro coming from the bottom, and I've seen people route the macro up this way to the valve so it doesn't affect their trigger finger. We have a mag up here, don't we? Okay, here. So, here is a standard classic mag. So you got...
Well, that's actually pretty... It's kind of different.
It's a little different, but the way what we're talking about is effectively the same. So you have the fitting right here, which can be steel braid or macroline. Goes to the foregrip here. You can also have it go straight down to either your ASA with the macro fitting, or this one has the ASA on the back of the grip frame under the rail. So this one you can see has a hard line that goes from the ASA to the gas through, and then from the gas through to the valve. So the new frame, the NUMEC mag frame, pretty much eliminates all this extra hosing and stuff, and it's a gas through frame, so it comes with a built-in on-off, which routes the air through the frame, kind of like, I guess you think an axe. And,
or a SL68-2, or the Andy Greenwell's The Blade, or the Blade 2, or the Armson Semi. All of those have gas through the grip. Also, I think it's the Elite frame. That one also has gas through the grip. So
Wait,
Dan's gonna have gas period with all the popcorn.
also, Smart Parts didn't they try to patent gas through the grip frame?
I'm not sure. I never saw it, Dan. But this new frame has the fitting goes straight from the frame on the top of the frame to the valve, so you don't even need to worry about it. And it is a $139.99 new, so not that much more than a standard IntelliFrame.
That's actually really cheap for a mag frame. A lot of people,
Custom mag frames have gone for $200, $300, which is pretty cool. It's also got a lifetime warranty, so that's a nice touch. So new mech, good job on that. Okay.
You guys talked about the two styles, right?
Oh yeah, there's two different style trigger guards. There's a flush one, which I think is, I like that a little better, and then there's like a one that's kind of humped out, so you have more room.
Yeah, if you want to pull the trigger. I don't know if you necessarily
Paul, you should
need that
probably
extra
put the
room.
link or something, or
For what?
Oh, people can
oh wait, no, you have it in the back right there. Actually,
Yeah.
never mind. So yeah, so the one on the right side is the flush one, and then the one on the left is the one with obviously some a little bit more room there.
And also,
so that would be, yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
And also a kind of nice touch to it is it's got that hump in the back of the frame like the Autocock or Angry frames. So it just looks really, really comfortable. Alright. Danny, you want to talk about the single trigger frame by Cougar? Or?
No, we don't really need to talk about that.
Alright.
We'll save it for another one.
Should we talk about your rapid weight gain for a second?
Yeah, what happened, Dan?
Okay,
Jesus
so
Christ.
at Lynn's charity game, Benji won this thing of popcorn, and I just haven't been able to stop eating it. And I'm almost halfway through, and man, it's really just stacking the pounds on me.
Yeah, I got this massive thing of popcorn, and I gave it to Dan for him to like have some, and it's pretty much
Don't have
done.
that. It's mostly mine. You can't have that much, okay?
It just went straight to your body. Like,
What are
your
you talking
face
about?
is exactly...
No, I've been doing a lot of steroids recently, and as you can tell, it's really paying off, you know? Look at... Okay, well, my arms are pretty
You don't want to mess with your yoke.
Yeah, it's the pecs mostly.
Yeah.
Rosette's really happy about my new body image, so...
She's just happy you can squeeze your own titties.
Yeah. She likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you done with that?
Yeah. I get up, but I'm stuck in my chair right now.
Alright, Dan, tell us about your Perlmutter find.
Well, it's not my Perlmutter, fine.
Tell us about the
Okay, so
Perlmutter find.
today the guys at Westworld Paintball were posting photos of some old equipment that they had come across, and they were very unique PMI guns, PMI paint guns. So I saw a very short video clip that showed it looked like a gold-plated tracer, and it was there was a nickel or a polished nickel-plated PMI long barrel, and there was a couple short barrels. There was a P68 Magnum, and a few of them had pretty unique features that made me think, you know, these would definitely be guns that someone who worked at PMI would have. And sure enough, it was later revealed that the guns came from Jeff Perlmutter. So Jeff Perlmutter was the co-founder of PMI, along with David Freeman. And there you go, you can see in the background here, we have a picture that Westworld Paintball posted, and that shows a USI Destroyer, which is a USI air cannon, basically. It's like the Havoc launcher, or it's like Tippmann's grenade launcher. And there's a whole palette there of PMI stuff, or PMI labeled boxes that probably came from Perlmutter. So it'll be exciting to see what they reveal. And I think it's just Westworld Paintball on Facebook, if you want to kind of follow along with them and see what's actually revealed. But the gold-plated tracer, I immediately messaged David Freeman. He's like, oh man, I don't even remember that. But so the tracer was actually made by Brian Sullivan, and it was sold by ACI as the Maverick. ACI's Air Concept Industries, I think, or Air Concept Incorporated, I can't remember. But then it was also... Innovations? That doesn't sound right, but maybe. It was also rebranded for PMI as the Tracer. So
check this out.
Two almost identical guns, but they are you know, labeled different things. So yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they actually have there. Dirk says nice bounce suit. What are you talking about, Dirk? I don't. Oh man, this popcorn is good. So yeah, what's up next?
what is up next? Dynasty added a new player. That was announced today on PBN. His name is Arturo Andrade. And I'm not sure if he's the first pro player out of Mexico, but I know he was playing... Pep. I guess, yeah, Pep... Pepe Escudia. So he was playing. I'm not sure how many others came straight from Mexico, but he's been playing NXL Divisional Paintball, and he's been killing it on every team he's played on. So it's nice to see Dynasty not only add a new player, a divisional player, but a non-US player.
Some diversity.
Yeah, some diversity.
Nice. How old is he?
I'm not sure, but he definitely looks like he's probably mid-20s, early 20s.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. What else? So, what about best finds of the year?
Oh, okay. So this will be like a brief section that's reserved for the end of the year, where we each talk about our best find, and we'll go through that quickly.
Our favorite find.
Favorite, whatever, just like the most exciting thing that we've uncovered this year. And then after that, we're also going to just say some other things that other people found that we thought are pretty exciting. So, Jorge, what would you say your best find of the year is?
Probably some information on Sandanas.
So lately, Jorge has just been craving information on Sandanas, and to him...
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, I'm pretty G'd up from the feet up in Sandana right
Well, I mean...
I'm pretty into it.
If you go from the feet up, you're actually nitro ducked up, or you're PMS supplied up. Paintball Mania supplied up.
Yeah, I got the PMS.
Yeah, you got the PMS.
Yeah. But then, like, from the waist up, where it counts, I'm Sandana only.
Sandana only.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's a Sandana man through and through.
Yeah, so I was searching for a Sandana appraisal page and came across an interesting search result. Paul, I don't know if you can put that up.
It's up there. It has profanity, but it's up there.
It does. This is NSFW, guys, but apparently this lady had thought that the Sandana appraisal page was some kind of art.
Santana. You thought it was art for... Santana.
Yeah, for Santana style art, right?
PBDnA
so she had posted some art to the page and then gotten yelled at by somebody.
Flamed. I think the correct terminology is flamed or trolled even.
Paul, maybe you could read that out. What she wrote.
You need to read that out. It is pretty freaking funny.
I just experienced something out of left field. I joined a group called Santana Appraisal under the impression I could post my wall art. To my surprise, a very rude individual in the group, Donovan Dome, sent me this message.
Donovan.
Are you fucking retarded? Get your shit off our Sandana page, you fucking idiot. Hashtag his exact words. It's strange because I was accepted into the group. Needless to say, hashtag left group.
Oh man.
And then wait, what's her last comment? What's her last comment?
Her last comment, I looked at his page, hashtag possibly racist.
Alright, well that's pretty
Well,
rough.
I guess what we gotta learn from this is, hey, let's be nice to everyone, because they might put you on blast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On non-Facebook pages.
But
and then all us paintballers get a bad name as being racist, when most of us are just hateful. It has nothing to do with race.
There's another lesson here. If you're gonna post your Santana art, just maybe read like the name of the page.
Yeah, look at the info of the page saying, hey, this is a group dedicated to old paintball gear called Sandana stuff. Well, it's probably Santana. They probably like Santana artwork.
They probably spelled the name of the group wrong.
You're right there, Bocci?
Did you throw your back up?
I'm okay. Alright, so what do we got next? Oh wait, well, we're still in the same thing. Oh, this popcorn's just too good, I can't start eating it. Did you guys get any tacos?
Larger.
Did you get a taco?
No, sorry.
Dude, the line was like, fuck it, was like massive today.
Your taco?
The line for like the tacos.
The line for the tacos?
Yeah, there's like a gang of people eating there today.
Yep.
Alright, Paul, what's your best find of the year?
Come back to me because I'll find a picture of my best find.
Alright, Paul's gonna find a picture.
Yeah, guys, I suggest if you aren't part of the Sandana group already, look up random like Sandana or bandana related items, Santana related items, Fanta related items, like anything remotely similar,
like the drink?
and just ask for appraisals.
Santa.
You gotta ask for appraisals.
Santa.
You gotta know what that stuff is worth.
Not Fanta, but Santa?
Fanta? Nah. Fantana. I don't don't know.
I don't even know what Fantana is. Like Fontana?
Isn't
like Fontana
Brian,
paintball?
No, like Fontana, the city. Like, hey, where's your field in Fontana? I don't know.
All right.
But
so,
basically, up the trolling a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, really though, no matter what you're doing in your life, everybody's out there trolling, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we're probably not even getting trolled that hard right now. Uh-oh. Rosette says she's heading back now, so... Benji, gosh. What's your best find of the year?
My favorite finds of the year were my A-Bomb Intimidator, which I just rebuilt and shot today, and that thing is perfectly clean with the jewels, and honestly, all these random Intimidators that I've been getting, the Classic, the A-Bomb, the GZ from Paul, I got a Naughty Dogs, almost got a Species this week, but didn't come through, unfortunately. But, yeah, I've been liking those. I liked my Tippin 98 Pump, which was pretty cool. And my Carter Cocker, which Tim Furpo, PB Tech, is teching up right now. Best tech in the world, so if you need anything teched, hit up PaintballTech.com. That's T-E-K.
T-E-K.
T-E-K.com.
Right.
All right. There we have it.
What else we got? We got a couple myths of paintball. Covered this a little in my meme today on how big is paintball, but freezing paintballs, one of the biggest paintball myths. You just can't do it. Anyone who says they freeze the paintball is a liar, unless they maybe froze a paintball. Sorry, you fat tub of lard.
So why can't you?
Because it makes it more brittle, significantly more brittle. Now the exception is the guys who played in the late 80s or 80s, early 90s. They had a different fill to that shell that could potentially, like this paintball right here.
Things were colder back
then. The old RP Share paintballs had a different fill inside that you could potentially freeze. So maybe the myths come from that. Either way, you can't do it now. Anyone saying, yo, I'm going to freeze the balls to make them so hard to hurt people. A is a dumbass, and B is a liar.
And you just have bad intentions.
Exactly. What I have seen done is people shoot a marble through a ball, which, okay, you can do, but also if you're found doing it, you're going to go to jail for assault.
Okay,
so
here's a question, though. Last question of the night. Can you freeze first strike and shoot them out of an Apex barrel?
You know,
Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we have it. That's it, everybody. Any final parting words? You okay, Paul?
Oh yeah, my buy of the year was Shock Tech Autococker. I mean, it wasn't like the best deal, but it was like my favorite buy of the year. So
yeah, some of those Shock Tech cockers are really nice, super clean, and the way Paul shot was really, really nice. Real quick, couple more things we can cover ASAP before we got to close up shop, because this is going to be a short stream, is we were looking at various Sandana jerseys and gear, and we saw a Venomware combo, something like this, but with the matching pants on eBay just went for $350. And we were actually thinking that was kind of low, because just the jerseys and pants separately have been going for $250, $275 a piece nowadays. You guys can let us know what you think about these crazy high prices for Venomware and Sandanas, and why do you think they're that high? Do you think they're worth all that much? Do you think that people should keep the jerseys complete or cut them up into headbands, which a lot of people have been doing? I know.
I think that people should probably cut their jerseys up so that they're pointed out, Benji.
So right here, that little what looks like a poop stain is actually a Venomware patch. So if you cut up your Venomware, you can make a Fat Man Venomware patch for your
for your jumpsuit when you blow the hole out. All right, everybody, that's it for PBDnA.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tune in next
We'll have
year.
a lot more to cover. Possibly next week. We might take a break for the holidays, but we'll be here in 2 weeks for sure.
And
that's it. That's a wrap. Later, guys.